Most people believe that Frodo is a true hero of The Lord of the Rings. After all, he is the ring bearer and he is the main character of the story. But what if I told you that he is not the hero of the story? What if I told you that Sam is the true hero? Because without him, the quest would never succeed. Sauron would have regained his ring and Middle-earth would be doomed. Today I show you why Samwise Gamgee is the true hero of The Lord of the Rings, and after you see the evidence, you will never see him the same way again. But before we continue with the video, let me know in the comment section, do you think Sam is the true hero of the story, or do you still believe Frodo is, or maybe someone entirely different? Let me know in the comments down below. Now let's continue with the video. It seems right to think that Frodo is the true hero of the story. After all, he is the main character and he is the ring bearer. He is the one who decided at the Council of Elrond to take the ring and bring it to Mordor so the ring could be destroyed and in his case, the Shire could be saved. But along his journey to Mordor, he gets slowly manipulated, tormented by the ring. And Frodo becomes weaker and weaker, until he comes at the point, at the cracks of doom, that he fails to throw the ring into the fire. Even worse, Frodo puts on the One Ring and claims it for himself. But luckily, Gollum and Sam were there to save the day. Sam is the true hero of the story. He is the one who stayed on course and stayed on his side quest, and that is to keep an eye on Frodo. He had promised it to Gandalf in the beginning when he found out that Frodo had this secret ring, this master ring from Sauron. He goes with Frodo and he stays by his side during the entire time. Even at the Falls of Rauros, when Frodo decided to go further alone and leave the Fellowship behind, Sam would never leave Frodo's side. And this is just a line from the book from the Fellowship of the Ring that I think is such a beautiful moment, and I want to read it to you. "Of course it is," answered Sam. "Not alone. I'm coming too, or neither of us isn't going. I'll knock holes in all the boats first." And I gotta say thank you, Sam, for sticking with Frodo's side. He stayed with him through thick and thin, even when Frodo became weaker and more tormented and corrupted by the ring. Sam did more and more than he could to help him in this quest, to bear him, to carry him as it were. Something that he literally did near the end of the story, but we're not quite there yet. Even when Gollum appeared in the story, when he became a part of their little fellowship, Sam never trusted him, and he had a great reason not to. He saw Gollum in a completely different light. Frodo did pity him, because he knew what it was to carry such a burden, what it was to spend all these years with the ring, with his precious, what it had done to his mind. Sam could never understand it at that moment. Of course not, he hadn't worn the ring. He didn't know what actually happened, how it feels, what you're going through. But this gave Sam a clear mind to see what Gollum is up to and to help his friend and aid him so he wouldn't go on a misstep. He would be trapped or killed or attacked by Gollum. He kept an eye on Gollum even more than Gollum had ever imagined or ever thought that Sam was doing. Sam was the one, although all the odds were against them. Sam never gave up hope, even when they were walking in Mordor. After he helped Frodo escape from the Tower of Cirithungol and they were walking down the plains, he never gave up hope. He was amazing. Even though Frodo was more like a zombie at that time, to make some kind of comparison, Sam keep on steering, keep on aiding his friend, his master. And one of the most beautiful moments that I think makes Sam such a beautiful hero is the moment that Frodo is stung by Shelob. He takes on the sword and the file of Galadriel and he fights the giant spider and succeeds. He can literally defeat the spider. Shelob runs away, she's scared, and Sam at that moment is just thinking, what should I do? He knows what to do, he knows what the right thing is. The right thing is to take the ring from Frodo, go further on the quest. But because of his loyalty and his friendship towards his master, towards Frodo, he has a hard choice to make. His heart tells him to stick with Frodo, to take revenge on Gollum, to kill that creature and carry his body back so he could bury it properly, so it wouldn't be there rotten, maybe eaten by the orcs. But eventually Sam makes the right decision. It is such a beautiful moment, such a tearful moment, and if you have ever read the books and you have passed this chapter and you found it really emotional, and give this video a like, it would really help this video out and this channel. But when Sam knows that Frodo is alive, he goes to the Tower of Cirithungol to save his friend. It is the only thing to do, and the beautiful thing is Sam used at that time the ring to walk in the Tower of Cirithungol and save Frodo. One of the most iconic things that Sam had done after he had saved Frodo is he gave back the ring willingly. There was a slight hesitation, indeed. This was just because he knows what the ring is capable of, how it is weighing down your mind, your body, how it is tormenting you, that he just doesn't want to give it back to Frodo just for that reason. Not because he wants to take the ring or make the quest his own. He knows very well that the quest belongs to Frodo, and he would never take the ring from Frodo if he is alive. If he wasn't alive, he would have taken the ring and tried to destroy it in the name of Frodo. But he goes further and gives the ring back willingly. There's only one other person who gave back the ring, and that is Bilbo, who gave it for Frodo. But that was with a little persuasion by Gandalf, as you might remember from the Fellowship of the Ring. But here Sam gives it willingly, because he knows it doesn't belong to him. Even the ring tried to corrupt his mind. We can see it clearly in the text. It shows Samwise the Brave, hero of Middle-earth, who had conquered Mordor and makes one giant garden. But that is not what he wants. Although it seems beautiful, he doesn't want one giant garden to work with. He wants his garden in the Shire and be there with Rosie and take care of Frodo. That is what he wants. He doesn't want all that power and all that greatness. And I think this makes him such an iconic hero. The moment that he carried the ring, something changed in Sam. If you go further, a little bit further down the story, and we're at the Cracks of Doom and Sam and Frodo encounter Gollum once again, Sam does want to kill him at first, but when he takes a deeper look at the creature, at Gollum, he does pity him, finally. And why? Because he was a ring bearer. Although not for a very long time, maybe a couple of days, but he did understand what Gollum was going through. And in a way, he held himself back from killing Gollum because he pitied him. And this pity that Sam gave towards Gollum at the slopes of Mount Doom was the final thing needed for the ring to be destroyed. Because Frodo enters the Cracks of Doom, claims the ring for his own. Honestly, not a bad thing towards Frodo, because it was impossible to throw the ring by yourself into the fire. He claims the ring for himself, and Gollum takes it from him. He dances and falls off a cliff right into the lava, and the ring got destroyed. Because Sam let Gollum live just a few moments before, because he pitied him. And because of this, the ring could be destroyed, Sauron could be destroyed, and the free people have won. Middle-earth was saved from Sauron's torment. And this makes Sam the true hero of the story. He didn't just help Frodo, he saved him, he even carried him. He fought for him, and without his courage and his hope, the quest could never be succeeded. But Sam was not the only reason why the quest could succeed, because each member of the Fellowship plays its crucial part against the forces of darkness, and that even goes for Boromir. Although Boromir was cut off from the Fellowship really early on at the breaking point, the Files of Rauros, where he was defeated by a great number of Uruk-hai. His role was one of the most crucial roles and was one of the reasons that the ring could be destroyed. And if you want to know more about why that truly is, then this is your next video to watch.